Welcome back inside of Raid Shadow Legends. Today has a heavy focus on Embrys, his build, diving into live arena, and pulling some clan boss rewards. I hope you're all doing well. Guys, if you haven't played Raid Shadow Legends, I got a QR code for you, a link in the description. Either of those is going to get you a legendary champion and an epic champion for free, as well as using code UDKING with my links and my QR code. Get you the ultimate death knight as well. Thanks to Raid for sponsoring the video. So just last night, we finished building out our Embrys. At least, I mean, obviously it's an ongoing build, right? But we got his masteries completed, which was actually really nice because we were able to unlock right here, damage inflicted inside of the arena, siege battles. Yeah, this is good. That was a must-have. And we also were able to get our Helm Smasher in there as well as Retribution for a little bit of a counterattack. I want to give a lot of thanks to Vexian for helping out with that and giving some guidance on these masteries and how they should look for the live arena. Now I want to let you guys know we do have another special guest coming on today for guidance inside of the live arena, so it's two brains in one battle. But before we get into that, I want to actually go get some of our clan boss rewards. We are so shy on rewards right now, or at least sacred shards and shards in general, that we really need to build up our roster again. We're also going to grab our Chimera rewards right here, because these are just necessary things. All right, we got all of those. We have our final chest right here as well, the brass chest claimed. And really right here, what I'm dying for is some void shards, there we go, and some sacred shards. Really need to drop a couple of those because I have 0 sacreds right now. I had just a few days ago like 37 sacreds. Now we got nothing. And it's a slow grind to build that all up again, but at least we got Leonardo, and we're about to have his soul as well. So I'm currently sitting with 5,100 live arena points. We're climbing up, boys, and freaking loving doing it, but let's see if we can climb a little bit higher. I'm about to bring in my boy Hermes, who's actually a new member of the clan as well. Let me actually show you. This is him right here, Drizex. I feel like my man right here has a different name on every platform I see him. I can't keep up with it, but yes, he is part of our clan right now, and it's gonna be fun. More fun in Raid, but let's get him on the line. All right, guys, so I have Hermes here with me. I already had my first pick, which is always gonna be Arbiter. My opponent came in with Siffy and this other speed chick. I don't remember her name. Hermes, thanks for coming through, man. I'm basically gonna be picking your brain as we go. For me right now, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna want Nell at some point, but she'll be a late pick. My thought here is to go Fabian Armands to bring in my 2 top control champions right now. Do you agree? Or should I bring in Embrys instead of one of them instead? What are your thoughts?
Honestly, the way your account is built, I think those are both really solid picks. Your Embrys is really slow, and so that kind of plays to your disadvantage, whereas like this opponent clearly wants speed, so I think it's really good to pick your best speed champions to go against that.
Okay, I could also, now if I do this, if I choose Nell, I'm only going to be going in with 1 nuker, so it may be Embrys He-Man or Embrys Nell. What are you thinking there? Nell is basically the counter to Siffy, but I may ban Siffy anyway.
Right. So okay. So they're going for a bomb squad. I love Nishek as my nuker. So the difficulty here is you have to go first. And if you're confident you can go first, that's when you really want. And I think honestly having He-Man is a good option. Because he's able to do the stone skins. He's able to go through stone skin if needed.
Can I lure the ban? Can I lure the ban with Nell so that hopefully my Arbiter doesn't get banned? Or is it better to do Embrys?
Honestly, I think Nell is probably the better choice because she's going to be faster than Embrys, and you need speed on your comp. Honestly, the way that they've built out their team, they're going to ban your Arbiter basically no matter what because they want to go first and you want to go first. But it's just a matter of if you're able to get that first, like if you're able to get speed in there first off. I think these are probably the champs you want to go with.
Okay, so now let's talk about the bans right now. Who's my ban going to be? I'm either thinking the Rat or Siffy.
So it'll depend on this last one. Oh,
that's my ban right there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Calvac, right? He's got to be the ban.
Yeah, because you don't have enough. Because he's He-Man and Stone Skin.
Nope.
Only
Nell
speed
and Armands. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have enough to get. Yeah, you're gonna have to ban Calvalax.
Calvalax has got to be the ban. They did ban Arbiter. I'm gonna have to go with
Yeah.
Armands. My speed right now is like 330 something,
Yeah.
330 something. So they're gonna get to go first right here. All right, so they do get the first turn. I have 2 in Stone Skin. Let's see what goes on.
Yeah. So honestly, oh,
Oh,
you did get a cut. So I'm pretty sure doesn't Nell turn meter boost on one of her moves?
Phil's turn meter of his
Yeah.
allies.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you wanna probably go with that move just so you can try to get your Armands to go,
Yeah,
and then you
they're
can
gonna
sheep
go.
the rat.
I hopefully can get a go right. No, they do get the
Oh
turn.
my gosh.
Yeah.
How? Okay. So that's rough.
Now they have all this poison on them. Do I have to do anything to activate that with Nell with her A2, or is she just?
So
Ooh,
the
here,
poison will go. Oh, okay. You just want to.
I want to stun. I could stun, right?
I mean, you can try it. I don't know. So this weak affinity. I think you might be able to go for that. You just hope the Siphi isn't too high resistance.
Let's see.
She's pretty fast speed, so let's see if you can get that. Oh yeah, there we go. And now I would say honestly, sheep the rat because he's going to be the highest risk for you going through this battle.
Okay, cool. Now
So
I can
you
do
got and Fabian. Fabian will
A3.
get that lockout.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. This is honestly a great team for Nell. She doesn't even have that relic yet, does she?
I no, she doesn't. A1 on the speed champion or on Siphi?
I would say honestly, you might even want to go with the A2 on Siphi. Just
Okay.
try to get her control because so she has the unresistible sleep
Ooh, what just
on
happened there?
her. She tried to the poisons.
Wow. Okay, look at all those
Yeah.
poison stacks.
You've got so many poisons. I think you're basically be able to ride this one out.
Who do I
So
strike
the
here
thing with
with the A1?
it doesn't really matter. I'd say Kymar is probably because he's not the one who's currently petrified. But the big thing with Siphi is that she has that irresistible sleep on her A1. And so she is a lot of times can that little bit of control can be very annoying to go against. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's better just to basically get her out of the battle and not have to deal with her
I typically
in
try and
most
get her out of the
situations.
battle quick.
Yeah. And you already have your stun back. So this should be a win for you right here because your
This
He-Man's going to get a turn in just a second.
The stun didn't work last time. It did this time though. Let's go.
Good.
I'm not gonna sheep anybody. I'm gonna
No.
hit
No,
Nell.
they're all stunned.
I mean, I'm gonna hit Siphi.
Wow, this is a
And
win for Nell right here.
do we
How do you blow up
go
those poisons?
A2? You. So what does this exactly do when I do this? Also instantly activates his 1 tick of poison.
Yeah.
Boom.
So
Okay.
it kills her. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Is He-Man even going to get a turn in this fight?
No,
He doesn't.
He-Man doesn't
get a
even
turn.
go. Oh my God!
Yeah.
What a great first battle, man. That was
That was a good one.
that was not
Nell,
that
that was
was
a
not an
great
easy one.
showcase for Nell.
Heck yeah. Well, that's the reason why we pull Nell in when we're doing something against Siphi for sure. All right, so our next Spartan USMC, he pulls in our Burn Mythical, which I can't
Oh
stand
boy.
dealing with him.
With a 6-star.
Yeah, so essentially I want to go Arbiter and Fabian are going to be my first 2 picks. Do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that.
All right, and now you wanted to say something about that last battle that we were just in. What did you have to say?
Yeah, so it's actually with the ban. So before they pulled out that Calvalax, I was actually going to say to ban the Eostrid. And so the reason why is because you're going with a speed team against another speed team.
Mm-hmm.
And so you really want to be able to get the win. And she has more turn meter control than Siphi does. So this obviously coming through. This is an interesting team. I think Embrys is a great pick because he has on his alternate form, he has an A1 block revive that'll go really well against Monkey King, even though he's weak affinity. I think it's still good to put him in there, try to strip some stone skin.
Okay. So basically my next pick is going to be He-Man, if I can.
Yeah.
What were you?
It's
Oh, Calvalax is another.
oh my gosh, again? What are we doing with the Calvalaxes?
I'll tell you what, I face him a lot, man. So he has to be my ban again. They're
Yeah.
gonna ban Arbiter, and they're gonna get to go
Yeah.
first because of her, and we're gonna get burned. So who do we want to deal with, Calvalax or this burn guy?
Honestly, you probably want to deal with the burn guy just because Calvalax will instant kill pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Especially being like, I mean, because I'm sure he probably has the relic, and so that's the biggest thing. Yep, as we would expect.
Yeah. Okay, you can continue talking about that last match if you want.
Yeah. Well, the only other thing I was going to say with that one is just if you're a speed team going against another speed team, you want to ban the one that has the most turn meter control in most situations to try to give yourself the highest chance either cutting in or
Right.
going first. Now, obviously, Nell cut in anyways, so that was great on that battle, but it can be difficult to deal with at times.
It definitely can, as is this. Although I do have Armands with his stun, so I should go with the stun right here, right?
Yeah, 100% go with that stun. And then he also popped off on his. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, definitely go with the lockout as well. There's a lot of sheeping and then wands and everything else going around in this battle because
Yes, there are.
Armand's sheeped the Lady Kimmy, and then he ooh, that's a big hit.
Okay, He-Man from up top, right? He-Man's A3.
Yes, I would say honestly, yeah, we're just hoping we can kill that Gizmac. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing. Let's hope
I,
that fear doesn't proc.
there's so many we have to kill. Okay,
There we go.
I got Embrys right now. So, do I go with the fear or do I just go straight on in with the transform?
I would say honestly, just try to transform because he has at least one wand, and you don't really want to deal with that. I would say just transform and try the alternate.
And I want to swap, right? Swap HP.
Oh, 100% swap that HP. Get that extra more defense.
Yep. And now let's see what we can do. Oh, come
Let's
on. Yes,
go.
baby. Another
Two
one.
battles. Oh my gosh. You're going off because these aren't like easy battles either. These are like you've got to play them properly to win.
Those were two
Because that
difficult
Monkey King was
ones,
coming
man.
back.
I don't like dealing with Gizmac because of that burn. You just got to be quick with the kills. And
Yeah.
2-0 against two teams that were pretty tough. I think we did a good job with the bans. Let's get into actually, you know what? Let's take a look at a comment. Our first comment right here is from This Is Kaio with 100K or 100K saying, great video and congratulations on getting Leo. My path to Leo is in progress. I have 19 Sacreds and 50 Ancient Shards. Thanks a lot, man. It's so cool to have Leonardo and actually all the Ninja Turtles in the account. I'm excited to build them out. Leonardo already getting his build started right now. You should be seeing him in my live arena battles soon. I mean, we invested a ton into him. All my ancient shards, it was 30-something ancients. No, I'm sorry, 30-something sacreds, and then a ton of ancients as well. Appreciate the comment.
Yep.
All right, so I came in with the Arbiter first. He came in with Monkey King and another speed champion. Now he's got, what's his name again?
Rotos.
Rotos. That's going to be my
Rotos.
ban. I can't stand Rotos. He also brought in a PvE champion, I believe.
Yeah, so actually he can be dangerous to deal with because he actually does surprisingly more damage you would think. Also because he has a lot of inbuilt passive and survivability. They actually work really well together and that synergize as well. So he can be difficult to deal with, but I don't think he's like a ban-worthy champion.
Okay, do you like the team that I just chose, He-Man and Embrys, or would you rather see like a He-Man and a Cheshire Cat or a Tholan?
I like the Embrys pick again because of Monkey King, but then also because of the Rotos.
I'm
So
gonna
again,
probably
I'm
ban
assuming
the
we're going to end up
Rotos.
banning the Rotos, but it's good to have as a backup in case there's an unbannable champ in this last slot.
Yeah, like another Cavalac or the guy that always makes people go first. What's his
Hegemon.
hegemon? So they put in
Okay,
a
so
6-star blessed speed champion.
that is a speed booster. So honestly, he might be the ban just because I think you could control the Rotos with Fabian and Armands.
Okay,
That I think you do ban the speed champ and hope you go first.
that would have been my exact thought. And they, I'm wondering if I didn't ban that, would my Arbiter have been faster and been able to take that speed lead? Either way, I think we got the speed lead now. All right, we do get the first turn right here. So at least we have control as of right now. I'm gonna come in with the A3 of Fabian.
Gotta hope you lock this Rotos out, and it's a weak hit.
Do we want to
Um,
do we want to take out Rotos with? I mean,
no, so you can't take him out with a single strike. So you'll have to do.
I
I would say you might want to just A2 the
Stone Skin.
A2 no the Elva, A2 the Elva.
I think that's Elva because I
Yep,
don't have that
is Elva.
champion.
So
Okay, so
now is
now
when I would say honestly the fear and decrease attack because then it plays against that Rotos well.
let's hope that it doesn't get reflected on us. It
Yep.
didn't. Good. Now we're gonna.
And so now you swap.
Do
Yep.
I? Wait, I don't want to get Stone Skin out.
No, because you want to do some more damage.
Okay.
So you want to flip, because then again you also and then I'll explain. So after you do this, yeah, do A3, then A2, and then I'll explain the other reason why we flipped Embrys.
Okay.
So with Embrys, another thing of his secondary form that sometimes people forget about, and I think A2 here is still going to be good. Hopefully get a good chunk of damage done to these opponents.
Not enough. Not enough.
So
Oh, nice counter
there we go.
attacks.
And see, look, but the fears play really well into that.
Do
So
I
here you get another
boost
turn.
speed
So
here? I should probably boost speed, or should I try and A2?
I would say honestly just A2 is probably best, so you have the revive available.
Okay.
So something that people forget, petrify the monkey. So something people forget with Embrys is that in his second form, he actually has a revive on death mechanic where he actually is able to stay alive. Um and I would say
He-Man A3.
oh wait, does He-Man's A1 have a multi-hit? Is it
No,
two
it
hits?
attacks one enemy. We got to
Okay.
go A3.
Yeah, I would say the A3, yeah.
Hope that Rhodos goes down. He does.
He does. There we go. All right.
Okay.
So now that Grazer, you'll see he has that unkillable up. So you basically just have to wait for him. I would say just A1 because we're kind of just waiting for him to take his turn. Monkey King is probably going to get revived. Hopefully, it's before your Embrys goes, so your Embrys can block revive. No. All right. So now we're just kind of wait it out.
Yeah.
Hope this Monkey King. All right. And now you should be able to turn meter boost, and you should be able to get the kill off with, I would say the A3.
Yep.
You should be able to get the kill off with He-Man.
I'm going to A1. Yeah, he should go down with He-Man right here. But we got to...
Yeah, there we go. I would say just still A1 because you wanna have the opportunity to stay in this form. So again, like I keep trying to say it, he has a revive on death mechanic where he actually, if he's killed, he actually then gets revived again. So let's say that Monkey King were to go and he were to use his ability, you would still be able to come back. All right,
A3, right?
Yeah, A3. And I would say
A1.
I would say just to be safe, A2 actually.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because you want to make sure that he doesn't take a turn. He's the only one left. Oh, interesting. Oh, he had a wand. Okay.
A1 or A3, which is stronger?
A3. Just A3. A3 should have higher multiplier. Yeah.
Dude.
And that gets the kill.
That was helpful right there because there was a moment. So I look at what I would have done if I don't have someone with me giving guidance. And there was a moment where I was thinking about going, I would not have used He-Man's I don't remember what it is, his A2. I would have probably struck Razor, and I probably would not have struck Elva with that. But you told me to take out Elva, which seemed to be the right choice because everything kind of went in order after that. Still another difficult team dealing with Rhodos, who I hate dealing with. That's 3-0, man. Looking good.
Yeah.
Shall we do one more battle? You down?
Yeah, but hold on. But real quick, before we do that last one, I do actually want to talk just a second, just so people understand what I'm thinking with that last battle. So Elva's passive, actually, she has on her passive, she has whenever an ally takes a turn, they get healed by 15% of their max HP. So that plays really well with Rhodos because, again, you have certain HP thresholds, right? So Rhodos, you have to do at least 2 hits to kill him. And when he has that Ward of the Fallen Blessing, which he has, you actually need 3 total hits in order to kill a Rhodos because of the damage reduction that plays from his passive as well as the Blessing. And so when you take out the Elva, you make it so whenever Rhodos takes an extra turn, he doesn't get a heal, and then he stays at that below 50% HP. So when Embrys went in with his strike, and he was actually able, or it was He-Man that went in with his A3 and killed after the Rhodos lost his extra turn, whenever Embrys hit him, he actually had less than 50% HP. The reason why you're able to kill him is because the Elva was already dead. And so that's why you do a fight like that is, one, Elva has a revive. She's going to be the tankiest champion on the team, more than likely. But because of that passive healing, you're actually basically neutralizing Rhodos, other than, of course, the fact that he can still take extra turns, but you're making him a lot less powerful in a battle like that because he's not getting any actual healing because he just keeps losing his turns and he keeps losing HP to the point where then his passive won't kick in.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. I will say, out of the 3 battles that we've done, the first 2 battles, I probably would have played it extremely similar, if not exactly the same as as you were saying. So I'm pretty confident I would have won those 2. But that last one, I probably would not have won that battle because I would have made very different choices than you were mentioning. So definitely love the breakdown. Learned a lot. Let's get into another one. Our next comment is from Shizzy711 saying, bro, massive pull with Tundra for Hydra. She's fully goated. I pulled Valkyrie best from 2 Legos out of all my shards. Leo is in the house. You're smashing the mission for Marius. It's actually crazy. Keep it up. Thanks so much, Shizzy. Yes, the Marius missions are getting crushed. I'm excited because we need Marius in this live arena. Appreciate the comment, bud. All right, man. So I just said we haven't gotten a 10K opponent yet, and now we have an 11K opponent.
Of course.
Goes with Fabian, which, you know, is going to be what it is. I'm thinking Armand's Arbiter or Embrys Arbiter. What do you like better?
Armand's Arbiter.
Yeah, that's
so again,
typically
you
my
still need
choice.
Speed. Yeah.
I sometimes think Embrys because I'm like,
faster.
I'm sorry, say that again?
No, I'm just saying you just need him faster. If you could get your Embrys an extra like 40 speed, 50 speed, he might be able to start coming into your teams.
Yeah.
But he's basically 140 speed slower than your Armands, right? Is it 100?
He's
Yeah,
he's about
I think it's
that.
140 because he's 200 and Armands is 340. So it's so much speed difference that you really you can't Embrys early unless he's fast.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So my next pick here, I'm gonna go with He-Man so I could lock in my number 1 nuker. But I also want to bring in Mikage. She's fast and she brings me. She's probably my third favorite control champion behind Armand's and Fabian. So I want to make sure that we could lock her into the mix because I'm not sure who his final picks are going to be. And now we have 2 options for control in case one of them is banned. Oh, they went with Embrys and Lady Noelle. Interesting.
Ooh. So this one. You might actually, you probably want to go with the cat, because he'll probably be your best built nuker.
Okay, that was my plan. Actually, my He-Man is a better built nuker than the cat.
Well, sorry, like the best available.
Best available. Tholan's pretty good too. Thor is too. But okay, this is what I like. Now, who do we like for the ban? Yeah. I'm thinking Fabian, honestly.
I think Fabian is. So he usually has the 5-star soul. He's got polymorph, everything else. So he's probably the one you want to ban. Yeah, I think he's the ban option. Funny enough, you know, we're talking through stuff before, you know, hopping on together, and I was talking about how people in your comments love Lady Noelle so much, but I don't like her too much simply because of the fact that she doesn't actually turn meter boost at all. Yeah. So you're either going to look to the Lizard, the Mythical, the Lazarus. He's not a speed champion. You'll be able to cut in if you don't go first, but he is a speed champion. Yeah. So they're all in Stone Skin.
Yeah, this is gonna be a problem right here. Okay, I gotta go sheep because the stun's not gonna do much. Yeah, I gotta go sheep. Who am I sheeping? Embrys?
The Nutcracker. The Nutcracker. Yeah, Georgian. Oh, he's the one. So the reason why is because he can kill one enemy and then he can go and wreck the rest of the team.
Now, so what I can do is
for you. So now
I could strip. Actually, right? I'm sorry. Do I go and take someone out with her A3 right now, or do I polymorph?
I would say you flip and stun.
Flip and stun. Okay, because Embrys is out of his stone skin, which is why I was curious. We could shed Lady Noelle stone skin too if we want, or we can stun.
No, I would say be careful because I'm pretty sure Embrys is going to get the next turn.
Yep.
So you'll probably want to just make sure you got him covered just in case.
Yeah.
And
not anymore.
So Lady Noelle, and she's going to come in and she's going to freeze. He's going to freeze everybody.
I got some wands in
rough. Here. Oh, she just gives the speed? What?
So I got to go with another stun right here because of Embrys again.
Yeah, go with the stun. We got to hope we get Embrys.
We didn't, but I got He-Man.
Oh, the hit.
Should I go with his A3 or his A2 on Embrys?
I would say A3 just because you'll be able to do a little bit of splash damage. Hopefully get the other 2 down as well.
Embrys did not even take damage at all. How? What just happened there?
It was a weak hit, so it did absolutely nothing because it was a super weak hit.
I see. I got that weak hit debuff on me.
Who has your wand on your team?
I think Armand's is wearing the wand. All right, I'm gonna go A3 right here. Hope that we could take down this Nutcracker guy, and then I could hopefully nuke the rest of the team.
Oh, the true fear. Oh man, this is a rough battle. You do have no, because he ignored block damage.
That was definitely an Embrys, the one that did all the damage in that one. That was tough.
Yeah.
All right, we can't win them all.
So
All right, Hermes, thanks for coming through today, man. I appreciate it. We went 3-1, and that last opponent was just a beast. I think we handled it pretty well. It was just a more developed account that we couldn't get through in time, though. But 3 really nice victories. I love these videos because it really allows me to learn as well as other people in the community to learn also. And before we get out of here, let's take a look at one more comment. This one from the head down. He says, huge to get Tundra. Congrats, man. Gamaran has gotten a huge buff, so he's better than a 3 now. Pulled everything. I got a dupe Beauregard, a faction guardian, and Archbishop, Pinroy, and a dupe of Donatello. I got Leonardo now, going for the soul as well, but I hope the next fusion is crap because I'm completely drained. I hear that, man. I think everyone in raid right now is completely drained of shards except for the big whales because everyone was going for Leonardo. But at the end of the day, thanks for coming through, guys. I appreciate you watching. Thank you, Hermes. We got to have you back again if you'll come back. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow in another raid video. Thanks again to Raid for sponsoring.